Welcome to Impact Makers Radio, featuring industry thought leaders sharing problem-solving insights to help grow your business and live the life you love. And here's your host, Stewart Andrew Alexander.
Hi, and welcome to another Let's Talk Bankruptcy conversation. And on this segment of the show, I have bankruptcy lawyer Kevin Gleason, who's a manager of the Florida Bankruptcy Group, LLC, all the way from Hollywood, Florida. Now, Kevin, who is considered to be a leader in the area of bankruptcy, will be talking to you today about counseling married couples regarding filing bankruptcy together or separately. Now, that sounds like a very interesting topic. So, if you are one of the many couples out there who are having financial problems in the Hollywood, Florida area, you might want to take a break. Log out of Facebook. Come on, this is the time to take a break. Maybe log out of Twitter, Instagram, or anything else which may cause a distraction. Dust off a notepad and pen and get ready to take some notes as you listen in to what Kevin has to share with us today. So with that said, let's not keep him waiting any longer. Welcome to the show, Kevin.
Thank you. Pleasure to be here.
You are so welcome. So Kevin, let's just jump feet first in. Can you briefly describe the kinds of people who you serve and let's say the various types of situations they find themselves in when they reach out to you for your help?
Certainly. Florida Bankruptcy Group serves clients from Orlando to Key West and everywhere in between. From our one office in Hollywood, we are a one-stop shop relative to bankruptcy cases, all chapters from pre-filing consultations through appeals all the way to the United States Supreme Court. We serve folks who are in difficult debt situations, as well as creditors who are trying to collect from folks who have filed bankruptcy.
Okay, Kevin, so it goes without saying that anything you share with us today is not legal advice or legal assistance. It's purely information. And I'm sure in the many years that you've been practicing and working in this field that there are many misconceptions that you come across. People come to you for your help. They have preconceived notions. They've read things on Google. Their friends have told them things, but they are not true. So with that said, can you share with us the most common misconception you come across while you're out there working with these married couples who are having financial problems?
Yes, we hear two misconceptions regarding married people where one or both spouses have financial difficulties. Some folks believe that marriage causes all debts to be the responsibility of both spouses, which is untrue. And another misconception is where both spouses have financial difficulties, most folks think that filing bankruptcy together is best, which is not always the case. As an example, many years ago, I counseled a medical doctor who had large and complicated debt issues to file separately from his wife, who had simple consumer debt. The wife's case was over and done with almost no issues in about 6 months. The doctor's case dragged on for over a decade. And I have numerous other examples, different details, same results. Sometimes we recommend husband and wife to file together, but it is not a decision that is made without complex analysis.
Okay then, Kevin. So as a reminder, today's topic is counseling married couples regarding filing bankruptcy together or separately. Now, with that in mind, and for those married couples out there who are having these financial problems and wanting to know more, what's the most common but unknown pitfall they need to avoid no matter what situation they find themselves in?
Where both spouses have financial issues, they tend to focus on cost savings of filing together and lose focus on the purposes of bankruptcy, a fresh start, and protection of certain assets. So they save a couple $1,000s and risk losing tens of thousands of dollars of assets. Take our doctor, for example. His wife's bankruptcy fell off her credit report before his case was closed. So she had already rebuilt her credit while he languished in bankruptcy court. Oftentimes, putting off the filing of one spouse can eliminate the debt issue for the other, for example, in a foreclosure. And then the other spouse can avoid bankruptcy and possibly preserve their credit to assist in the fresh start.
Can I just briefly ask you, Kevin, how many years have you been a bankruptcy lawyer?
Well, about 35 years.
Right. So would it be safe to say that in that 35-year span, you've helped hundreds of married couples?
Hundreds is easy to say, maybe thousands.
Possibly thousands. Okay, so with that said then, Kevin, if you could imagine it's any day of the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, it's 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the morning, your alarm clock goes off, and you have a full day ahead of helping those married couples who have financial problems. How does Kevin feel on a morning like that? Are you still motivated?
I love my job. Whether it's saving someone's house, saving someone's business, and sometimes saving their marriage, because as my dad told me many years ago, there's only two reasons why a marriage usually fails. One of them's money, and the other one we can't say in polite company. And so if I'm able to resolve the financial problems and they deal with the other problems on their own, we can save relationships and save people's financial future.
In terms of your formal background then, Kevin, could you just spare a few moments sharing some information about your education and your experience as it relates to the topic of bankruptcy?
Sure. I'll try to summarize 35 years of practice in one breath. Ivy League undergrad, Philadelphia area top law school, research assistant for a bankruptcy treatise, law clerk for 2 bankruptcy judges, U.S. Justice Department bankruptcy attorney, small firm, big firm, my own firm, now practicing with my wife for 21 years, and we actually met in bankruptcy court.
Thanks for sharing that with us then, Kevin. So finally, just like to picture the kinds of married couples who are having these financial problems that you described earlier, and they come to you for your help, and they're wanting to know more about filing bankruptcy either together or separately, or any other issues to do with bankruptcy and financial issues. Now, with that picture in mind, Kevin, what final thoughts would you like to leave them with before we finish up with our last question for today?
Sure. Many folks believe that any person who has a pen can assist them in doing a bankruptcy. And I point out to them, just because somebody has a knife doesn't mean they can do surgery. People need to find and consult with a qualified bankruptcy professional. Bankruptcy law is quite complex and confusing. It goes back thousands of years, literally, and in the United States, our current law goes back to 1898, substantially revised in 1978, but there's a lot of case law that one must understand, and one must also understand the intersection between state law and federal law. So bankruptcy law is complex and confusing. Get professional assistance as early as possible when financial distress is even on the horizon.
Okay then, Kevin. So if there is somebody out there who feels they want to know more about filing for bankruptcy, or they have any other kind of financial issues they need help with, where would they find you? How would they be able to get in touch with you, Kevin?
Well, as I always say, get Kevin Gleason on the phone when your checks are clearing by faith alone. My phone number is 954-893-7670. My ancient email is bankruptcylawyer@AOL.com. It's all one word. Our website is debts180.com, debts180.com. And don't rely on Siri for bankruptcy advice. Call me for a free telephone appointment.
Well, you certainly have demonstrated that you're a true educator and advocate for your client's success. So thank you for taking the time out of your busy day. We really appreciate that. Thank you.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
You are so welcome. And also, I'd like to say a big thank you to you, the listener, for joining in on this very insightful and informative conversation with one of the top bankruptcy lawyers in the Hollywood, Florida area today. Now, again, his name was Kevin Gleason. Remember his name. Make sure you do check him out. Give him a call. Send him an email. Whatever you do, I'm sure you're going to be in a great place to take your first steps towards addressing your financial situation. So again, I'm Stewart Andrew Alexander, and we'll be back shortly with some more leading bankruptcy professionals in this, our series of Let's Talk Bankruptcy Conversations. So until then, take care, have a great day, and we'll talk real soon.
Thank you for tuning in to Impact Makers Radio. To listen to all past, present and future industry thought leaders and trendsetters, visit us at impactmakersradio.com.